Sean Michael O'Regan was elected as new County Board Chairman at last night's annual convention in Lawler's Hotel. He is the first Kilt clubman to fill the position and succeeds Paddy Joe Ryan, who bade an emotional farewell after 25 years of service to Waterford GAA. Well, after the meeting, I caught up with Sean Michael, and he says it is a great privilege to take the top job.
Actually, it is hugely emotional, I suppose, Tomas. You know, you're involved in the GAA. Like most people in the county, they're involved in the GAA all your life, you know, and so to get to be, you know, chairman of the county board is a huge honour. It really is a huge honour, and you know, I suppose I'm steeped in the GAA tradition. You know what I mean? And my late father, which is going back a long time now, unfortunately, he probably, you know, he brought me into that arena, into the GAA arena, and it just festered from there. And all my uncles and anybody else related or friends, it's just the GAA, and it's just that's what we're all about, you know. And people here tonight, what a fabulous convention, what a fabulous turnout, and it's just a huge honour. Just to be elected. I mean, there's so many words you could probably use, but you know, it's just a privilege, it's an honour, and it's one that I'm truly touched with, that the club's elected me as chairman here tonight.
You mentioned your father there during your speech, Sean. You know, you said that he was elected in 1981 as the Munster delegate. Unfortunately, wasn't able to take his place. I think he's looking down on you here tonight.
I firmly believe he is. Yeah. Look, 1981 was a great night for him to be elected, I'm sure, by the clubs, and for myself to come along then, you know, nearly 38 years later. Obviously he died a very, very young man, which left a big void in our family life. But look, I think we all, you know, looking back on it now, it was a tough time for sure, but I mean, those memories still live on. I remember the night vaguely that he was elected, and he was joyful, and he was honoured also to be elected on that night, way back, to be elected on the Munster Council, but unfortunately he never got to take up his seat. He passed away sadly in March of 82, and but look, that was that. So yeah, I mean, I'm sure he is looking down on me, and most other people would be saying the same thing, you know what I mean, and any family members that go before us, they leave us with a legacy, and you know what I mean, that's what he left me with. He left me with, in the short years that we were together, he left me with the GAA, and how you know, how thankful I am to him for that, I suppose.
And who would you have with you tonight, Sean, to mark the occasion?
I'm sure there were so many of them there. I didn't know where they all came out, and nobody told me that they were coming now, to be honest with you. But then they all started to swarm in at the end of the night. So yeah, look, I have some of my kids here. Some couldn't be here for various reasons. Some were in college and so on like that. And then obviously my wife Suzanne is here. So obviously my mother is out in the lobby. She wouldn't come in. So look, it's a great family occasion. We talk about it, that's what the GAA is about, family, and it is about family. You know what I mean? So like I said, there's a big O'Regan family there, and that's what we're all about. The same as there's a big Ryan family there with Paddy Joe and all the rest of them. So it's a huge important part of all our lives, the GAA. And you know, Sean Og is there, just 10 years of age, and I'm giving him now the legacy of the GAA to carry it on. And that's what we do in the GAA. That's what we do in our clubs. That's what we do in the communities. We're just so proud to be involved in an association like this, and everybody gives it of their free time to try and make it better every day that we go on.
When did you first get involved in the GAA, Sean? If you can think back that far.
Oh God, Tomas, no, it's as far back as I probably can. You know, I mean, I suppose I go way back, you know what I mean, 6s and 7s, going to matches with my father, you know, my late father. It was as that, far back as that, you know, and I'm probably showing my own age now, but and ever since then, you know what I mean, and you played and you administrated then, and you take different paths in the GAA. Some are players, and then they go on to be coaches and managers. For some reason, I don't know why, but for some reason I ended up in the administration side of things, and it was an honour being treasurer and secretary and chairman of my own club, and then onto the divisional board, and then back onto the vice chairman of the county board. So similar to most delegates here tonight, everybody puts it into their club, but really, I suppose, yeah, it's as far as back as maybe 4 or 5 years of age. You know, it's a lifelong.
Looking ahead to 2020, Sean, the first year in charge as Waterford County Board Chairman, is Welch Park one of the main projects that you'd like to see get over the line? Paddy Joe Ryan referenced tonight that it was one of his biggest disappointment as chairman that he didn't see it get started. Yeah,
I mean, we had meetings going back maybe a year and a half ago now. You know what I mean? And those meetings were all proactive, and they were all in the journey to get to the redevelopment of Welsh Park, and it just didn't happen on Paddy Joe's watch, you know what I mean? But that's not to say that Paddy Joe wasn't influential in some of the decisions and some of the meetings that we were having. So yeah, it is going to be a huge challenge for us all in the GAA world, in Waterford GAA, but it's something that we all should look forward to with opportunity, and we should be positive about it. I mean, we can remember back, you know, the home matches in the league there in Welsh Park, or in the championship I should say, last year. Beautiful sunny day was one of them, and what an occasion was had. So if you have a modern stadium, you can only imagine and sense the atmosphere that will be generated within the ground. So yeah, it's a challenge. It's one that we have to meet head on. It's obviously we can't leave Welsh Park as is. The decision has been made that it's going to be Welsh Park, so redevelop it we must. The timelines, obviously we'd like to start tomorrow morning, but that's not going to be the way. We have to be patient. We have to make sure that all the dominoes are all lined up, you know what I mean? So we're waiting on government funding, and then that'll kick off another aspect of discussions with Croke Park centrally, and with Munster Council, and indeed the clubs here again. So we would hope that will start happening early in the new year, and maybe construction might start without, you know, there's so many dates have been said now at this stage. We just were better off to hold and wait and whatever, but we would definitely be hoping that we can start mid next year, possibly, when it's all done.
And is this a strategic review currently ongoing, Sean? What can you tell us about the work that committee have been doing so far?
Yeah, it's hugely important. I feel a strategic review. It's kind of we're pausing everything where we are at the moment, and we're reflecting on what aspects of Waterford GAA. Obviously, we can't change everything and we can't look at everything, but there is certain aspects of it that we probably have to face up to the here and now, and we have to take it on from a strategic review point of view. There's a serious group working. We've had lots of meetings. We're meeting now probably 2.5 months. People are anxious. When is the report going to be? The report may not be till end of Q1 of next year, and it's not because we're not working. We're you know, I suppose in business terms you'd be saying we're looking at best in class. So we're looking into other counties, and we're seeing what's the good points and the good things that are working in other counties in certain aspects of it, you know what I mean? And we're trying to maybe have a look at those and see can we bring some of those into the Waterford GAA circle, and also maybe learn from other counties of some mistakes that have been made, that we don't make those mistakes. So yeah, there's a good committee working. I'm happy with the way progress is going. There's a lot of work to be done still. We've, as you said, heard tonight, there will be, you know, looking for submissions from clubs under probably 4 of those main headings to see if there's any ideas within the clubs. But we will look at it and we'll take it on. And the strategic review, as I said, is very important for Waterford GAA. And we don't want it to be a document that's just going to be placed on a shelf and left on a shelf. We want it to be a document that is going to be a working document with actions on it to implement change. And I think there's probably an appetite for change within Waterford GAA circles now. What changes they may be, we don't know. We'll discuss those, but I think we can't just stay where we are. We have to look for change and try and implement them.
There was a big discussion on the 2019 accounts tonight, Sean. I think it lasted over an hour. Do you think during your time as chairman that Waterford should be looking to generate more income in terms of sponsorship and maybe fundraising in particular?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you'd sign up to that in the morning and you say, you know, go out there and do that. But easier said than done. And you're right. It was a healthy debate, and it was really pleasing to see that there was every delegate listened. Some delegates contributed and whatever. But what the pleasing thing above all was that the way it was presented here tonight by Owen Savage, he deserves credit for the way he presented it tonight. That it brought it down to the club delegates, so they're leaving here tonight armed with the full knowledge of the county team expenses and all other income and expenditure that goes through our account, so they can make, you know, informed decisions rather than just hearing here this and hearing that or whatever. There's informed decisions that can be made by the figures that are there. But going back to your question, your point, absolutely, we definitely have to look at increasing our revenue streams, however that may be done, and that's part of the strategic review as well. We're discussing that, and we're looking at ways of how we can optimise that for Waterford GAA. I think, yes, the county team costs are going up and up. They're going up in every county. They probably go up another little bit before they may plateau. Who knows? That's only guesswork, I suppose. But we have to try and match or see what we can do to, yes, keep the expenditure under control and try and increase the income on all aspects of it, both fundraising, commercial revenue, sponsorship or whatever. And again, we thank all our sponsors. They've been absolutely brilliant for us over the last couple of years, each and every one of them.
When you look into the crystal ball, Sean, for 2020, what do you see for Waterford GAA?
Crystal ball, yeah. I suppose we all live in hope from the playing fields that we'll be be more successful than we were in the last couple of years. I think that's what everybody is crying out for. So it's easy to look into the crystal ball and say that. Obviously the hard work has to be done on the training grounds, and we have to prepare our teams, going back to the previous side of things. But from a crystal ball, who wouldn't love to win as many matches as we possibly can? I won't put pressure on anyone, say we're going to win X, Y and Z, but we're definitely going to prepare our teams. Hopefully we'll win whatever it is that we can win, as many games as we can. The redevelopment of Welsh Park, the delivery of the strategic plan and the workings of what that might be. I think if we could get through those three things over the next year, it wouldn't be a bad 2020 at all for us all.
Just finally, Sean, an emotional night for yourself, an emotional night for Paddy Joe Ryan as well, as chairman, finishing off a 25-year involvement with Waterford GAA. What was he like to work alongside over the past 5 years when you were vice chairman?
We worked, like I said in my address there, we worked very well together, to be honest with you. We really did. We had some great days. We had some not so great days when we were worried about certain things, and a lot of them probably were finance, but we got through them all. I think we struck up a real great friendship, to be honest with you. Paddy Joe was bringing his young grandsons with him, and I was bringing my young son with me around the place. So we even went to McDonald's loads of times, you know what I mean? So you have chairman and vice chairman leaving Thurles, and we end up below in McDonald's together, sitting down having ice cream. So it was a funny unit. But look, from a Waterford GAA point of view, I think we did our best together for all aspects of Waterford GAA, and I struck up a great friendship with Paddy Joe. I suppose it would be, there's people after saying it to me already that we're definitely chalk and cheese, you know what I mean? That Paddy Joe is certainly a different character than what I am, but then that's okay, you know what I mean? We can bounce off each other and we get ideas, and it's good. I think I said it again, we debated lots of things over the last couple of years, myself and Paddy Joe, and I honestly can say I don't think we had any fight on anything. We debated hard for sure, and we got the end result right for most things, I think, over the 5 years.
We are WLR.
We are Ireland's local station of the year.